So, Flight Risk is a new thriller directed by Mel Gibson in which we follow an air marshal that must accompany a fugitive to a trial, but in order to get to this trial, they must go via, well, airplane. However, whilst on this plane, the two of them realize the pilot that's taking them to this destination isn't the actual pilot. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to them. It's a feature video, it's a feature review, reaction, top 5, top 10, or whatever I have coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you who are coming back to my channel, by the way, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I'm to see your faces once again. And let's start our conversation below as well. What did you guys think of Flight Risk? Are you even interested in seeing this movie? Have you seen the film? Let me know below. Alright guys, so let's get into Flight Risk.
Excellent!
So, here's what I can say. Mark Wahlberg is doing everything that he possibly can to get some height so that this plane of a movie that we're on isn't crashing entirely. There are so many bits of this movie that were so laughably terrible that I was laughing my ass off. There are a couple of bits where the execution is so terrible I had to control my laughter. Like, it was that bad.
Well, that's just fucking great!
Just to be clear, guys, I know that we're in January, and January, as we are all fully well aware, is known as the dumping ground for terrible movies. It is essentially the bad movie month, sometimes in some cases February as well, but it's really known that January is the dumping ground, especially well for horror thriller films. But here's the thing, guys. Knowing that this movie was directed by Mel Gibson, you know, the same guy who brought us movies like Braveheart, Passion of the Christ, Hacksaw Ridge. I have not seen Apocalypto, even though I have heard incredible things about that movie, but still, nonetheless. The last film he brought us, Hacksaw Ridge, was nominated for Best Picture and for Best Director. And if you haven't seen Hacksaw Ridge, by the way, guys, incredible filmmaking. Check out that movie. I am baffled right now that a filmmaker like Mel Gibson went from making such an incredible piece of filmmaking like Hacksaw Ridge to delivering a shit stain like Flight Risk. There is nothing wrong with the performances, and as a matter of fact, all the actors are doing what they can to bring this movie to at least some higher altitude. There's gonna be a lot of plane puns. I do apologize in advance, but just it needs to happen. Now I can probably imagine why they signed on, and that is because of, well, Mel Gibson directing. And you know, given his resume and given his catalog, I can understand why. But I wish they looked at the script a little bit more, because man, this script is easily one of the worst aspects of this entire film. This script, guys, has so much going on, but at the same time, it feels like there's almost nothing going on at the same time. There's a certain point in this movie into which there's a call that's being made, and a subplot comes out of literally nowhere, and this is supposed to be this tension-filled subplot. It goes away, and then it comes back, it goes away again, and once it gets to a certain point, you just keep thinking, oh yeah, I forgot, what was happening right here? Every single thing going on in this movie is either just not interesting, or they bring in something as a hopeful way to just pad out the runtime. Which, by the way, and speaking of which, this movie is only 90 minutes long. And sure, you know what? A 90-minute January thriller, knowing how bad this movie gets for movies, you know what? Hey, bring it on. I will happily take a 90-minute movie. Oh my god, this movie felt so much longer than 90 minutes. This movie felt at least like a 2-hour thriller. That felt like at a certain point in which it was about to end, and then it kept going again because of a one subplot, and then it ends once again. Oh, that's right. Something else that I gotta go back to, and this is going back to the screenplay. the dialogue. Mark Wahlberg is a great actor. He's one of the best out there, absolutely. And seeing that trailer, I was like, okay, let's see Mark Wahlberg in this hairdo playing as a villain. I'm curious to see what he does. Every single bit of dialogue from this movie, once it's revealed, I mean, come on. Even if you haven't seen the trailers, you know exactly where this movie is going, guys. Come on, don't try and not know you didn't know this movie was going. Let's be real here. Every single bit of dialogue that comes out of him is saying, you know what I'm gonna do to ya? You know what I'm gonna do to ya? At a certain point, I was just saying, no, just let me guess. You're gonna do something, right? Every single bit of dialogue, whether it's just a dialogue line or a joke, was about something about him doing something to one of these two people. Something else I gotta talk about is how terrible the CG is, especially in the opening 5 minutes, or actually, excuse me, in the opening couple of minutes. There is an actual CG moose in this movie. Once you see this moose, you just think, okay then, that's where we're going right now. The amount of times that my inner CinemaSins went off in my head as this movie was going along. Oh my god. And I know I've said this, but I gotta bring this up once again. The fact that this movie was directed by Mel Gibson, who, again, I'm just gonna reiterate this. This guy has brought us nothing but great film. This dude is an Oscar-nominated filmmaker, and yet he brought us this movie.
And here we go.
So overall, it baffles me that Mel Gibson went from such an incredible piece of filmmaking like Hacksaw Ridge to a shit stain like Flight Risk. I know that we're in January, and I knew at some point that January would show its ugly face, but I didn't think it would be from a Mel Gibson directed film. All in all, I'm gonna give Flight Risk a 0.5 out of 5. I knew this was coming at some point, but I didn't think it would be coming like this. Not like this.
Not like this.
I hope you all enjoyed my review of Flight Risk. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike the review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to see my previous 2 reviews, please click right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.